for that very informative piece. It's great how these adult forums give us more information to deal with the processes of our life. And another one that I'm going to speak to today, and by the way, I'm Dan Kelly, and I'm on the Columbarium board here at Zumbro. And part of my little short talk here today is about the end-of-life planning, as we've been talking about. And that involves what you may want done with your earthly remains or cremains if you're cremated. And I can say that cremation is certainly part of the Lutheran tradition. The genesis of our Columbarium here at Zumbro actually dates back to about 2006 when then Pastor Gary Benson made mention of it in one of his sermons. And from that, people got the thread of an idea, maybe we ought to look at this. Well, this culminated with groundbreaking in May of 2009, and in September of that year we dedicated the Columbarium that we have now. Our Columbarium created the tradition of burial in the churchyard, creating a memorial for those that are urn, or if they have a memorial wall inscription. To date, we have sold to our members 54 niches, and each niche holds 2 cremains. And we've sold a goodly number of memorial wall inscriptions. The current cost of our niche is $2,500, and like I say, that has room for 2 cremains in it. And the memorial wall inscriptions are $250. As far as the niches are concerned, we do use you can use the Simply Giving plan that many of you probably use for your weekly donations to the church. And we've got some different programs. I think there's 3 different programs that can be a year up to 2 years, and you pay on a monthly basis so that you don't have to do it out of pocket at this time. And some ask, how does this compare to earthly burial? Well, in 2010, we contacted one of our local funeral homes here in town and said, give us some thought as to what this would be. So if you went to one of the cemeteries and you got one of their most inexpensive lots, and you got a simple marker that you put on it, that whole process, this has nothing to do with what the funeral home charges would be. This is just a cemetery versus what we do. But it turns out that cost is about $4,000 per person. Like I said earlier, our cost is $2,500. And by the way, the $2,500, there's no additional costs. I mean, that takes care of the whole thing. That includes the urn. It takes care of perpetual maintenance. You don't have to do anything again about that. The memorial wall inscriptions, generally people that have purchased them have said, I'm going to have my cremains or remains buried somewhere else, but they want to be remembered in the church. Others have asked, well, could we memorialize our parents or a former pastor or anybody? And absolutely you can do that. Let's see here. Some members, I'm just kind of going through some questions so we get through here, but some members have asked, geez, I've got cemetery lots somewhere else. What can I do? Well, what we would be willing to do as a board is we would help you to try to determine the value for those. And then what you could do with them, you could donate them back to the cemetery where they are located. And those lots could be used for someone that might not have the wherewithal to afford the cemetery lot, would be one thought of it. And then you could certainly buy in our Columbarium. Some have also asked, do you like the family cemetery? Can I have a family plot at the Columbarium? Absolutely. But you have to let us know, because if you buy one niche and there's several you want, well, let us know of your intentions, and we'll endeavor to surround you by your loved ones, and we can certainly do that. So. In the near future, people have been asking, how come we don't have seating out there? And why aren't there more trees on the south side? Well, the board is meeting tomorrow, and we're going to make a decision on the seating process. And this will also include some planters. And we have some people have stepped up and said we will pay for the seating, and so we're going to take that those dollars and use it for some seating. And then on the south side of the Columbarium, as it exists now, we're going to plant some trees in the spring. Kind of trees we're planting you can't plant till spring. So anyway, those are some of the highlights of it. Around you and on the back table is a factoid that we put together back in February. You can take a look at it. It answers a lot of the questions we have. And on the back of that has a listing of the members of our Columbarium board that are all willing to answer any questions you may have. And then we have a brochure that we published that's got more of those information in it. So is there any questions I can answer for you here in a short term? Yes?
How many people have applied and how many niches do you have open?
So far, 54 niches have been purchased. And in the current configuration we have, I hate to tell this because then people think, well, there's no urgency to purchase it. But in any event, there's about 396 spaces out there that we can do with the current configuration. This thing is set up so that over time we would have room for 1,500 niches out there in a couple different phases. Along that line, in 2009, roughly 46% of Minnesotans were cremated. So that part of it is certainly growing, not only here but nationwide. So we've got plenty of space for everyone. So in your end-of-life planning, please consider this option. We appreciate it. Yes?
I just wondered if the cost for the niche includes the engraving of the names and the dates?
The question was, does the cost of the niche include the engraving of the names on the niche? Absolutely, and that goes same for a memorial wall inscription. That once you pay your fee, that is all included as far as the inscription. And the other piece we're putting together too will be available in the chapel will be a memorial book that'll, give information about your life. If whatever you decide you want to put in there, that'll be available. So if someone comes, they can learn more about you rather than your name. So. Thank you very much.